Because brat's all about having vibes, and I feel like Zionism isn't vibes.
We're here in the Zionist stronghold of Victoria Park to ask the folks of East London what they think of the word Zionist.
Zionism's not brat.
Why is Zionism not brat?
Because brat is good, Zionism is very obviously bad.
Okay, so what about Zionism?
That is not brat.
Mine says Zionist. What's your immediate reaction to that?
Not a good one. Fascist is what comes to mind.
What word comes to your mind?
I mean, pretty much the same.
Zionism,
Not brat at all.
Why is Zionism not brat?
Not brat. I'll let him explain.
Free Palestine.
I got this t-shirt printed in the brat style with Zionist on it. Brat? Because this is like my first time doing brat thing, so maybe I kind of like slipped up and got it wrong.
Oh, not brat. Because brat's all about having vibes, and I feel like Zionism isn't vibes.
Fair enough.
My immediate reaction to that term is racism.
I actually got a t-shirt printed with like the whole brat thing, but with like Zionist written on it. So
Why should you give me like that?
So
What I do? Why are you going?
is it over? Okay, fine.
Yeah, so we just did 2 interviews here in quite a busy part of the park and stood there for about 5 minutes with the t-shirt on show. And to be honest, I started shaking, videoing, because the looks we were getting, the kind of the heckles and the whispers and the faces, it was a bit scary actually. And not gonna lie, I feel a bit unsafe with the t-shirt out.
One of the other kind of stats I wanted to pull out the bag is that we did actually a survey and we found that 80% of British Jews identify as Zionists. Only 6% of British Jews say they're not Zionists. So when you're excluding Zionists, you're actually excluding just the entirety of the mainstream Jewish community. I mean, is that not a little bit sus?
Yeah, I mean, once you put it that way, perhaps.
We actually did a survey recently, and it showed that 80% of British Jews identify as Zionists, and only 6% of British Jews do not. So when you say Zionists, you're actually talking about basically the entirety of the mainstream Jewish community. I mean, yeah, so when Jews see people kind of discriminating against Zionists, no Zionists here, no Zionists allowed, they think it's talking about them, and they think it's a form of discrimination based on their race and their religion.
Because I've got a lot of friends who are like Jewish and stuff, and they're finding it really like a lot of people getting hate crimed against us. I have a few friends from uni who are Jewish, and I spoke to her actually when this all came back. And she said, like, it's really, really tough because people don't want to speak to me.
Define Zionism.
Obviously, it's the discrimination against Jewish individuals.
Sorry, so say that again. Zionism is the discrimination against
Jewish individuals.
So the definition that usually goes around is Zionism is the belief that Jewish people have the right to self-determination and to a state of their own, just like all other peoples of the planet. That's Zionism in a nutshell.
Okay.
Does that strike you as being like an inherently negative thing?
Just stop. The hate needs to stop.
So the jury's out. Zionism is not brat and it's not Julia, but it is important to the majority of Jews in this country. And I think the main takeaway from today is that this isn't really a very friendly environment to be openly Jewish.